Hey y'all, it's C with C. Thanks for coming to chat with me. This is the Monday meetup where I don't go live every Monday, but when I go live, we are meeting up to talk about a trip announcement. And this one is a big one. I mean, a really big one that you want to hear. So come on in here. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Carly and my channel is C with C. And this is the Monday meetup again, where I basically talk about what content I have released. I'm trying to get my mic, everything set up. What content I've released in between the last vlog series and the last meetup and now. So welcome in. If you're catching the replay, hit team replay, welcome in. And I see 3 people have joined us. And who we got here? Sharo. Sharo is in the building. Hi, Sharo. Good to see you, girl. Hold on, I'm about to call. So yeah, I know there's a lot going on tonight. Hopefully I don't hold you, but if you have a lot of questions, let me know. I see people are slowly starting to stream in. So yeah, the plan tonight is, of course, if you have any questions, since the last meetup, I released the Mexico City vlog. So if you have any questions about that, I like to use this space and opportunity to kind of talk about some of the things that I had to edit out or edit around, because as you know, in vlogs, you only got like 20 minutes, so we don't show you all the things. But first, let's get into the chat. We got some people rolling in here, so make sure we speak to everybody. All right, so let's see. Hi, Sharo. Sig the Solo Cruiser's here. Hello to Sig and Siggy. Welcome in. Good to see you. Thanks for popping into the premiere. I premiered Disney, so thanks for coming by. Desiree is here. Hi, Desiree, girl. Thanks for coming by. Much appreciated. Good seeing you, and thanks for being a channel member. Also, Sig, thanks for being a channel member. Making sure I don't forget props where props is due. I should have got like a makeup sheet. I am gleaming, but I'm gonna be all right. Who we got here? On the Go Yellow says hello and happy Monday. Yes, it was a happy Monday, Yellow. I have no meetings today. Hallelujah for no meetings. Because Lord, that be taking up the schedule. MH Family Adventures is here. Say hi, Carly. Hi, MH Family Adventures. Thank you for being here. And thanks for being a channel member. I know you have just landed from somewhere. I feel you just got back from beyond. And I'm happy you made it in time for Dice's cross-country meet. And it seems like you're on the roll again. We love it. So I can't wait to see what adventures these are. I think I might have missed where you were going. Sydney Stevens is here. Hi, Miss Sydney. Sydney left a comment. I was kind of trying to read the comments from the premiere, which was I did Disney solo. And Sydney had not been to Disney for 20 years. And I think that's amazing, because Disney changes so much. So it's almost like I have not been to Disney since 2018. And I end up doing like the multi-park pass, because had not been to Disney. I've been to Epcot Food and Wine once a year, but I had not done all the parks. So the last time I was at Disney, there was no Galaxy's Edge, and there was no Tiana's Bayou, there was no Tron. So I went ahead and did the 2-park hopper because I wanted to try all those things. So Miss Sydney, when you can, get back to Disney. I have a feeling, I know you'll probably be around Disney in 2026. So I'm looking forward to seeing you experience Disney again after a couple decades away. Ruby's baby's in here. Welcome, Ruby's baby. Hope all is well. I know, aren't you doing some sort of test or something? Hope all that is going well. A traveling Black couple is here. They say, hey, excited to hear this cruise announcement. Yes, I'm gonna if you all have any questions about the Mexico City vlog, and then I'll talk about a little bit some behind the scenes about Mexico City, why I went to Mexico City, and then I'm gonna get into the trip announcement. This has been a super long day today. I also know there's a lot of other, there's I know a lot of people are adventurers. So shout out to people who are catching the replay. I know there's some people who are kind of split. Adventurers is doing a live with Addie and Terry and Life with STV, talking about how to put together a group cruise. So I know people are either going to be back and forth, or people are going to catch one or the other. So welcome into Team Replay, and those who are making your presence known across both channels, you are much appreciated. So thank you. But yes, the cruise announcement is going to happen for sure. And this is a big one. This is one of those cruises that I would have never paid for myself. So I want a cruise, and I'm going to tell you about exactly what kind of cruise I want, where am I going, and all the things with that. So yes, thank you for being here, Travel by Couple. Sig is the welcoming committee today. Thank you, Sig. Miss Steven, Sydney says she got Sydney Steffen said that she got manners and she's speaking to everybody. And prayers to the chat. Yes, yes, yes. And folks are speaking. Ruby said we just got off of Horizon. Oh, I'm so sad. I think I saw some of your posts on Melanin at Sea. I need to get on Horizon. I'm looking for an itinerary that does the full A, the B, and the C. I want to do ABC. I've only done Aruba and Curacao. I have not got to Bonaire. And I think I want to try to do it on Horizon because I heard it's like, again, not the youngest, not the newest ship in Carnival, but a ship that has like a really great personality. So folks are speaking to Sig. Hi, Yolanda Jackson. Welcome in. Thank you. Good evening. Phil and D, Travel Spirit here saying, what up, C? What up, Phil and D? And Phil and D just wrapped up PJ's cruise series on Voyage of the Seas. Did I get that right? And the Texas Connect got something up their sleeve. And we are all looking forward to seeing that content. If y'all aren't following Phil and D on Instagram, y'all should do it. Go follow Phil and D. Sig is saying, no meetings is always a great day. Hello, Sig, for sure. And Sig, you should have some Disney stuff coming soon. I know it was Disney content when you were like a cruise creator. Well, I'm more of a travel creator, but I know that cruising is kind of like my niche. Is really what brings the people in. But I had to like carve out the right moment to like insert a Disney vlog. Like I know I have cruises I should have posted, but I was like, I need to stick in Disney somewhere. So I was like, let me do it quickly now before Epcot Food and Wine, because that's gonna be like the next one, Epcot Food and Wine and Magic Kingdom. But I'm looking forward to seeing your solo adventures. Well, you weren't so solo for that one, Sig. So looking forward to seeing that. On the go, Yellow says, I wish my calendar was hijacked the entire afternoon. You know, Mondays are quiet for me. Now, tomorrow and Wednesday are like the weird times where any given moment. I need to, hold on, I'm getting too shiny because I am like in here with this whole sweater on and I'm sweating. Woo, sorry. I'm like, ooh. Okay. It's like I can see the shine. Look at this. Nothing but oil. Okay, there we go. Monet to the T is here. Welcome in, Monet to the T. Thanks for stopping by. Seth Stone is here. Thank you for being a channel member, Seth Stone. Good to see you. Gina's World is here. Hey, C and crew. Yes, hey, Gina's World. Thank you for stopping by. And welcome in, 23 people. All right, so let me know if you all have any questions about Mexico City. I'm going to jump into a little bit of thoughts about Mexico City. So Mexico City ended up being my 40th birthday trip. Yep. 40 whole years old. And of course, it was one of those trips that you let your friends in on planning. Cause I was like, you know, I think at first I would book the cruise, but then I was like, let me do something land-based. I ran all these locations by my friends. I was like, okay, we can do Portugal. We can do, I think I had Wine Country, Portugal, Mexico City, and one more place, like all in the mix. And they were like, we're Mexico City. And of course, when it came down, my homegirl Sharice, shout out to Sharice, is the only one down for the cause. So we ended up going to Mexico City. Mexico City reminds me a lot of New York. It's very much like New York City. Same kind of setup with like a Central Park kind of area. And my only true mission in Mexico City was to get a bunch of tacos. So, but it's weird. I need to do a better job of, y'all have any tips? How do y'all find like the best, particularly with this cruise I have coming up? I'm trying to find like what are the best restaurants, what are the best bars. I know people use TikTok, but I tend to be the person who like, I'll walk down the street, I'll pick a place, it's usually a flop, and then I'm like, you know, going off my life. So whatever y'all tips are for how to find like the best places, bars, and cities, let me know. But Mexico City was very walkable, has a bunch of museums per capita. So I was able to view a museum. I was able to go to like their equivalent of Central Park. Of course, y'all saw the Mexican cooking class. I was also able to get to one of the best bars in the world. We had actually 2 best bars reservations. However, Viator kind of messed us up. Welcome in, Ken Hill. Ken say hello, C. However, Viator kind of messed us up. We ended up booking a trip that was supposed to be like a half-day trip, and it ended up being like a whole day. So we missed out on like a dinner and a bar reservation. But it ended with one of the most notable moments, and that was Xochimilco. So if you haven't seen those vlogs from Mexico City, the canals, tap into them when you can. Okay, let me get back into the comments for 1 second. And then we'll see how things go. Welcome in 32 people. My name is Carlene. I don't go live every Monday. I only go live when it's time for a meetup. And the meetups are when I make my trip announcements. And we have a big, epic cruise coming to you. All right. I'm not going to hold y'all long because I want to hop over to Adventures too. Sorry. Let's see who we got in the chat. Ruby's Baby says, I didn't study my whole cruise. Thanks. No, good for you. Listen, I remember being a student and trying to travel at the same time and trying to travel with multiple laptops, all of my dissertation notes. That was not fun. So to be able to put it down, good for you. And you probably deserved it. I need to move this fan closer, child, because it's like now my roots are sweating. Who is this? Sharon Sheldon is cool. Oh, Bitsy. I was like, wait a minute, that's a new name. Welcome into the chat, Sharon Sheldon. Bitsy is one of the people that I know, like, almost raised me. So, Bitsy, welcome to the chat. She has known me since, like, I was a baby or a little girl. So, this is weird. But thanks for stopping by, Bitsy. Travel Yes We See is saying happy Monday. Feeling D's Travel Spree says they did I'm saying Virgin Voyagers. They did Royal Caribbean, Voyager of the Seas, and they have one more video from that series coming out. So y'all tap into Feeling D's Travel Spree. We are looking forward to that. What else we got? Gina's World saying the Horizon is so much fun. It does have a great personality. And she also did the ABC Islands. And Bonaire was their least favorite. Yeah, because I heard Bonaire is kind of like the, it's a big island for, what's the thing called? Scuba diving. So it's more of like a diver's kind of place. But I want to see it once. But yeah, I heard it's not a lot to see on Bonaire, but it's kind of one of the things just like check a box. And that's why I think like cruising is a good way to see Bonaire because you can be in and out, get it done today and keep on trucking. Now, Aruba is one of my favorite islands. And then Curacao is a place that I've been on a cruise, but Curacao is a place that I want to like fly in and stay for a couple of days. And I had a good girlfriend who actually recently, over the summer, she did a couple of spots in Curacao and she enjoyed it. Travel Yes We See says, kicking myself for not squeezing in a Disney stop when I was in Japan a few weeks ago. Tickets were under $50. Travel Yes We See, you are the GOAT for topics because this upcoming trip that I'm about to announce, let's see. This upcoming trip that I'm about to announce, there is a layover in a Disney place. And I'll make sure I'll hit on that. But I messed up. I messed up because I could have also got a Disneyland in for the low. And remind me to tell y'all about that for sure. I'll tell you now. There was a layover coming back because it's not really. It's not giving you information coming back from. So yes, Disneyland is cheaper everywhere except for like in the U.S. I have a long layover coming back from my cruise. Here's a little hint: the layover is it's 23 hours in Paris. And I flubbed up because I was like, okay, let me just find somewhere close to, I've been to Paris before. I have not been yet for like vlogs. So I was kind of in between like, do I just, try to rest because I'm coming back home? Or do I like try to catch Paris for the vlog so that y'all can see it and I can like document it? Because I've only had Paris documentation from pictures. I was not a vlogger. Paris is actually my first solo trip. It was the first place I read Eat, Pray, Love, and I was like, I'm doing Paris because Paris is very much similar to DC in regards to infrastructure. So I'm like, if I can navigate DC, I can navigate Paris. So anyway, anywho, all that to say, I landed on getting a hotel in the airport. There is a Sheraton that's right in Terminal 2. However, I was like, well, good. What? I typed into Google. I said, hey, Google, what is close to Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport? And guess what? Disneyland Paris. I flubbed up. So what I should have done, and it's only like 10 minutes away apparently by a high-speed train. And for the price of one night in a hotel and a 2-park ticket, $337. So yeah, I fumbled the bag on that one. I tried to cancel the hotel, but it's already locked in. So I don't know what I'm gonna do in Paris yet, but that's not a trip announcement. That's just my transfer back home. So yes, if y'all can layer in, for those in the chat who love to travel, layer in Disney, try Disney, other places. But if you are ever have a long layer over in Paris, the airport is literally a 10-minute high-speed train ride, and the train is not, I don't think it's super expensive. I know Traveling Black Couple, I think, who's in the chat, I believe they have did the whole Disney, but it's not a super expensive. It's definitely cheaper than catching like a cab or something. Maybe 40 euros, maybe cheaper than 40 euros to get over Disneyland Paris. And you can stay, and that $337 will be me staying on Disney property and having 2 tickets. So America, we have a problem. Sweet D is in the building saying, hello all, happy Monday. Welcome in, Sweet D. YFC, another member of the Texas Connect, is in the building saying, hello, see you in the track group premiere. Thank you for stopping by for the premiere. If you all missed it at 7:30, I go every Monday is new content for me. That's my accountability partner. Every Monday, I get something out. So either I'm going to go live or you get a preview, a premiere, something. But because I'm traveling later in the week, I was like, let me push out a vlog. So I pushed out me traveling solo in Disney. And my biggest tip for solo travelers going through Disney is get them lightning lanes. Otherwise, you got to be awkward standing in line by yourself. But them lightning lanes, you get in, you get out, and you keep it moving. Now, I do have a funny story, which is some of you all remember I told y'all about the drunk dad that was in Disney. So apparently, I mean, I don't get too deep into it because I don't want the Disney gods to come down and like steal views from me. But apparently, like, there's a thing where people are sneaking in certain accoutrements, let's say that, into Disney. And when I say I could smell the Bacardi on this dad that was in line in front of me, because at first I just thought he was really nice because his wife had took their younger child to the bathroom, and he had his hands full with his little boy. So they had dropped something, I don't know, like maybe like a sippy cup, something he dropped. And I was just like, well, since he's literally holding his son, let me like pick up this container for him and give it to him. So I picked it up, I gave it to him. And like, he was just so nice. And he was like, who are you traveling with? You're traveling solo? So I just thought he was really nice. Then as the conversation kept going and I could smell, I was like, there is Bacardi coming out of your pores, sir. And then he ended up telling me like it wasn't just the alcoholic beverages coming out of him. So all that to say, some of y'all are having too much fun in Disney, but y'all ain't about to take my my Disney coins. I ain't gonna elaborate on that too much, but apparently BYO fun is a thing. For I guess that's how some of these parents are managing getting their children through Disney. It was hilarious, but he was litty. Alicia's in the building saying hashtags on IG. What's the hashtags on IG? I need the hashtags, or are you talking about Philly D? Let me know. Alicia saying happy homecoming. Yes. And believe it or not, homecoming is not the trip announcement, but homecoming is a part of the shenanigans. And if you are a channel member, thanks to On The Go with YOLO, y'all are about to get a messy video in regards to like the life behind packing for me. But I've been like slowly leaking out content to my channel members, giving them behind the scenes look about how I prepare for this trip. Because when I say y'all, this is like such a different type of cruising. This cruise is like, it's stretching me as a traveler because I like to travel and be crunchy looking, and I just want to like lay out and do nothing. And like, these people got requirements. And welcome in 39 people. My name is Carlene. This is the Monday meetup. This is my channel, C with C. I don't go live every Monday, but when I go live, usually there's a channel announcement. And today we're about to travel. And if you can't tell, it's going to be a cruise. So hang in there, going through the chats a little bit. Who we got? Travel Yes We See says Mark Williams does great international food videos. Okay, thank you for that recommendation. Travel Yes We See, can you do me a favor? Can you comment on the live video so I can have document, because I'll forget the name, because I want to follow that person, Mike Weems. Weems. Thank you for sharing that. But can you like leave it either in email me or leave it in this comment on here, so I'll get it and I'll make sure I can follow that person. Sharice Levy is here. Say, hey, Sharice. That's one of my good cruise cousins. I'm mad I'm not gonna be able to get on the cruise that you're about to get on, Sharice, at the beginning of the year. But yeah, good to see you. Thank you for talking about the chat. Bitsy is yelling, not yelling, laughing. Only Going Yellow says, "Who are you flying with?" Okay, y'all trying to pull out the details, but I like this question because y'all know I'm a little bit of a halfway of an aviation geek. I am flying, so I booked my ticket with Delta, and because did I tell y'all I won this cruise? Like I won a free cruise, and it literally was like when I got the information there, like I won this cruise, I used whatever little bit of points I think I had on Delta at the time. But it's operated by Air France. And can y'all remind me in the chat? Okay, so if I book through Delta, it's operated by Air France because it's been a while. Because I think the last time I went to Greece, I booked it through American Airlines, but then it said operated by British Airways. But then when I went to British Airways desk, British Airways they took a while. They couldn't find my information for a little bit, and then they finally found it. So when you travel with Delta, but it's operated by Air France, which podium do I go to? I believe I go to Delta. But anywho, I'm flying on Delta. I can't remember I can't remember if I had Chase points or if I had extra Delta points. Really at the time, it's just kind of like whoever could put the biggest dent in the ticket. And I want to say like the retail price, I can't remember what the points or what. It was probably like a $900 ticket. I can't remember. But yeah, I'm excited because actually same full circle moment. Air France was the first international carrier that when I went my first solo trip. That was, and when I say Air France, at least back then, and I'm saying back then like I'm super old. What was our first solo trip? 2013-ish, 2009, 2013. I can't remember. But back then Air France was fly. Like they had great food, and then the styles of their flight attendants, like they had this little cute sweatsuit situation that they put on for landing. So like during the evening when we got on the plane, they had like their traditional aviation, airlines, I don't know, flight attendant get up. And then somehow between then and the next morning we woke up, it was time to land. They had this like baby blue jumpsuit. They were killing them. And probably one of the best airline meals I ever had in economy was on Air France. So that's who I'm flying, Yellow. Thanks for the question. Dritha Parker's in the building. Hi, Dritha. Hope you are getting better, girl. I can finally shake those cruise cooties off of you. A traveling black couple says they love Disney. I know. This is the epitome of like when you don't like plan. So I was planning in pieces without a purpose. Because I literally was just like, I don't know. In my head, I was like, let's get to this part. I wasn't even supposed to be in Paris for 23 hours. So that's something you all have to also be mindful of. These airlines are doing, I feel like sometime I booked the trip in April, booked my ticket in April, May. And come July, because I remember I was on Melanin SC 3.0, I get an email saying, hey, your flight has changed. So I'm thinking, okay, my flight has changed. It's going to be a little cute 2-3 hour situation. No, my darlings. They were like, oh, you're going to be in Paris for 23 hours. So in my head, because of the trip that I have, the cruise that I won, I was like, oh, I'm going to be sleepy. I'm not going to really feel like doing Paris and vlogging Paris. So I was like, let me just find a hotel in the airport so that I don't have to like do the whole like lose time clearing customs. I can literally just go to sleep, wake up, and then be in the terminal already. This weekend, I decide, okay, well, let me plan for this trip. And literally was like, okay, well, maybe I will leave the airport and try to get some content related to Paris. So like you can get to downtown. Downtown's like 40 minutes, but I was like, what is near the airport? Because like if you go through London, like there's a castle that's close by. Like there's some things. When I say I typed in and I saw Disneyland was 10 minutes away, I wanted to kick myself. But Disneyland is not off the table though. So I think what I'm going to do is I think just buying a ticket is like $97 for the day. So I'm gonna see. I'm gonna play it by ear because I land at a funky time. I'll get into Paris at 4:30, 4:30, and then I think I leave out the next day at 6:30. So and it's only 10 minutes away from the airport. So I'm debating, but the issue is Disneyland closes at like 8 p.m. I believe, 8 or 9. So I'm debating if I want to just rush and try to do a quick stint at Disneyland or wake up the butt crack of dawn the next morning, do a quick stint at Disneyland, come back. Traveling Black couple, I have not been through Paris's airport in a while, except for connection I almost missed one time. But how is clearing customs in Paris? It's been a while since I like left the airport. Margaret Logan's in the building saying, Happy New Week, everyone. Thanks for coming in. Oh, it's so many people that like new names. Welcome in, everybody. Wallace Travel Texas says, hello from Texas. Oh, the Texas Connect must have brought their Texas cousins. Thank you. Thanks for stopping by. And nice to meet you. Travel Black Couple says the train from Charles de Gaulle to Disneyland is super cheap. Yeah. And you just have to make sure you get on the right one because I heard there's a slow option for like it takes you like, was that an hour and a half, 90 minutes? Or there's a fast one that's a little more expensive. But you have a couple options and apparently it's just right there. On the go, Yellow says that's good advice. Take advantage of those long layers. Yeah, that's why I'm like, I wasn't mad. I just had something planned for when I got back home. And then now getting back home is delayed like one whole day. But when I learned that I was gonna be stuck in Paris, it was kind of like it's like full circle moments because I'll be able to visit two places that I have traveled before I became like a vlog, before I started documenting my travels on YouTube. I have been to a couple of these places. So this will be an opportunity, possibly. I'm really going to go on mood for Paris. But this will be an opportunity to kind of like capture some places that like I don't usually travel to, but just kind of have it on the blog and like document it for myself, but then also show you. And those are actually the first two places I ever traveled solo. Who else we got? Travel Yes We See says, I was just regular retail shopping in Mexico, not the tourist stops, so just regular malls, etc. Oh, is there? Or I'm sorry. Can you clarify? I was just regular retail shopping in Mexico, not tourist stops, or just regular malls, etc. Are you asking? Did I shop? I might be. Oh, and hello. There we go. That's the correction I needed. Oh, sometimes what you gotta do is just dip a little lower and read the comment. How was regular retail shopping in Mexico City? Confession, I don't do a lot of shopping on travel. Like for me, the travel experience is enough. However, one of the places I'm going, where are we? How are we doing the chat? I'm trying to see where I'm gonna stop. Okay. One of the places that I'm going is known for gold. Ooh, I'm loving like being painful. One of the places I'm known for gold. So like I will say the first time I went to Paris, I did all the like I did the Chanel and I did all of that and I got it out of my system. I usually try to like get a piece of something that I can either wear. Like Morocco, I have a leather purse. I have a set of earrings, which I haven't seen those earrings in a long time. And I have a necklace from Cape Town, South Africa. Like I don't do a ton of shopping, I guess. So I can't tell you because in Mexico City, my priority was like, I wanted to get to the museum now. Beautiful museums, very walkable. I wanted to do Xochimilco. I could have did better in like the food and beverage department during my Mexico City trip, but I checked most of the boxes. Like if tacos, finding tacos, getting to a museum and going to Xochimilco were like my top things. I probably did like, I covered those things. I could have been stronger in the taco department though. And I also could have like found better food in general. But that was me. So yeah, sorry, I didn't do any shopping in Mexico. I usually don't do a lot of shopping on vacation, but I usually just try to get me like something that I can like a keepsake, if that. But I got off topic again. Where I'm going has a gold situation. If I feel like I call the right name, y'all are gonna be like, it's that. And I have been looking, and I want like I want a pair of earrings, like 14 karat, like a everyday like hoop. And I feel like I just need some like bracelet situation. So I think I'm definitely going to buy some gold while I'm gone. My cruising family said, hey, my cruising family, welcome in. And welcome in 38 people. This is See It With C. My name is Carlene. I channel See It With C. And we're here for the Monday meetup. I don't go live every Monday. When I go live, there's a trip announcement, and there's a big trip announcement today. All right, let's see. Folks are speaking. Say hello to the chat. Thank you, Alicia, for clarifying. So Alicia says the way that she finds top spots is using hashtags and searching on Instagram. And I might try that. I've tried the TikTok. I did the TikTok generation, and I couldn't really. I feel like TikTok was like leading me astray. I feel like the Instagrammers are more of my generation, my age, and a little more trustworthy than the TikTokers. I feel like the TikTokers will have me like down a back alley somewhere. All right, so let me try that. Thank you, Alicia, for clarifying and for that tip. So yeah, if you want ways to find great bars and good restaurants, try searching hashtags on IG. Folks are speaking. Oh yeah, when I say Sharice, I like ran every possible situation for how I could get on that cruise, and it just was not lining up. But I tried, girl. I had a room on hold for a while, and I couldn't swing it because I have so much. Like I have a bunch of 7-day cruises coming up, so another one that came out of nowhere. But 2026, I'm back. I'm back. All right, so let's get into it. Gina's World gave y'all the out for the trip announcement. All right, so I told y'all I want a cruise. So here's the big announcement. Are you ready? I won a 10-night Mediterranean cruise on Regent Seven Seas. Yes, I did. So, Sharice, that is another reason why I am not going to go on I don't think I'm going to make 3.5 unless I get gifted a crazy amount of something. But then I also have another cruise booked. So, child, but I was trying, girl. So how did I win it? So I went to, thank you, Gina, for that question. So yes, it's a 10-night Mediterranean cruise out of Istanbul. Yes, it's out of Istanbul. And it goes to Dubrovnik, Croatia. It goes to Rome, which Rome, I told y'all, Paris was the first place I ever traveled solo. Rome was my second solo trip, probably a year later. At that time, I was working in a school, and I only got like one, spring break. So Rome is gonna be another place that I'm interested in, like capturing that for y'all, and then getting back to seeing Rome, because I have not been to Rome. So the first one was 2013 or 2011, 2013, I can't remember. Sometime in that period of my life, in the teens, 20 teens. And then what I say? Istanbul. It leaves out of Istanbul, goes to Dubrovnik, Croatia, goes to Rome, and then it ends in Barcelona. And the way Regent has it set up is each of the stops minus one, you are, what are you? You are there for 2 days. So I am in Istanbul for 2 days, which is interesting because it leaves from Istanbul, but we have 2 days on the ship before we actually like depart Istanbul. Same thing for Croatia. Rome, we're only there for 1 day, and Barcelona is going to be again weird. We're going to pull into port in Barcelona, but I don't have to get off for like 2 days. But you get all the ship programming. But how did I win? I wanted a travel conference. I'm like so interested in telling y'all details. I wanted a travel conference. So as y'all know, I am a travel advisor. I have booked cruises. I also book land-based vacations. So I have, of course, booked some of y'all even in the chat on cruises. I have a group going to, not my group, but I have a girls trip going to Mexico for a 40th birthday. I have a client going to Kenya. So I can book whatever you need me to book. And I'm an experienced traveler. So, anywho, so travel advisor, went to a conference, a travel conference, and I have this thing like if y'all really like, I'm a roads less traveled kind of person. So like if the whole group is doing this, something in me is going to tell me like go the opposite way. So of course in this travel conference, and it was a cruise conference, there was like, carnival. So the carnival, oh my God, the carnival booth was like shenanigans, followed by Royal Caribbean's booth was shenanigans, because of this conference, I think the year before, they had gave out, and they don't do this every year, but the year before, I think because of COVID situation, they had gave out Icon preview cruises for free. So of course, like the Royal Caribbean booth is like on and popping because everybody thinks, was it Icon? Or I'm mixing it up. I think it was Icon. What was the ship before Icon? Then I might be messing this up. Anyway, I think it was Icon. But anyway, they gave out like all these preview cruises on like one of Royal's newest, biggest ships for free. And I think people were like, okay, well, maybe we can get on Utopia. I can't remember whatever it was. Everybody was flocking over to Royal. Then people were at Celebrity. So I was just like, okay, and also being like, not just solo travel, like I'm an only child too. So at some point, I'm just like, I can't deal with these crowds. So I start walking the perimeter of the room, and welcome in 43 people. I start walking the perimeter of the room, and actually, I can't even say it was just, so, I got to see some interesting booths. I got to talk to people. I talked to the people who revamped the Nassau cruise port, and they gave me a little tea. There's some more ports that are about to be revamped by this company. So Morocco, particularly Casablanca, I think it's one of their next ports that they're looking to do a similar revamp on their radar. But they were just basically telling me, I think they might have said maybe Costa Rica, I can't remember, and maybe San Juan might be getting a refurbishment. But I talked to that lady for so long, and she was just basically, because I was just fascinated by like, there's a whole industry behind like redesigning cruise ports to like get more traffic in, etc. So we had a really great conversation. So I kept wandering around, and actually it wasn't my wandering. MSC was giving away a cruise to MSC World America. But across from the MSC booth was your row of all the luxury cruise lines. So I don't know, sometimes I'm a little too considerate. The line was like overspilling into Regent Seven Seas' booth. So I was kind of like, well, let me not just stand on these people's carpet and sit on their couch. Like, let me like get their information. And in my head, it's just like, I've done like the whole travel advisor for like 2 years. So it's kind of like a bigger type of cruise line. Like these are usually like your older, more established, big travel names. Those kind of people who are having clientele book Regent. Like this cruise retail value is like $14,000. I will say, while I love traveling and cruising a whole lot, I don't think I like it that much. I'm paying $14,000 out of my pocket for a cruise. I don't know if I will ever get there in regards to like booking a cruise that expensive, because in my head, I'm like, you could do more land. I don't know. Or maybe like a world cruise, that would be something. But like $14,000 for 10 days. This is a certain demographic. Like this is you dealing with your big money makers. So anyway, I was like, well, let me, look at what their stuff is. So as I'm looking around, they had a giveaway. And again, I'm telling you your demographic, like these are usually your older travel agents. So like they were all kind of like struggling, because the giveaway had 3 steps. You had to share on social media. You had to email somebody something. Email a client. You had to post on social media, email a client, and then email them the proof that you did all this stuff. But it wasn't just doing that. You had to use their kind of weird system. And if you ever been in a casino hall, have you ever been in a convention hall? Like the convention hall doesn't have strong cell service. Your cell is conking out because all the other cell networks are like pulling. So all that to say, like this was a struggle. But there was a lady, I don't know, maybe she was my angel for the day or something. She was just like, stick to it. It's going to be worth it. I'm like, okay. So I get through all the steps. I don't know, like there's no confirmation that says like I actually did it right. I was just like, all right, I did the steps. And I'm just thinking like, like the rest of my, how you do sweepstakes. Like, what are the chances it's going to be me? But, put your name in the hat. Maybe you'll get something. Y'all, and here's the irony of the situation. Some of you who are close to me, like I actually talk to you in real life, know that in April, my car was hit while I was on Virgin Voyages Valiant Lady. Like literally, I was on Virgin Voyages. And Virgin Voyages has Wi-Fi. My neighbor texted me and she was, oh, and I'm sorry to iterate this. This is a new car that I had purchased in December. So I had bought a car December 2023. Bought a car December 2023. April 2024 comes around and my neighbor hits me up and she's like, yo, she's like, were you parked at the stop sign? And I'm like, yeah, I'm parked at the stop sign. And she was just like, I was like, you know what, just send me pictures. Y'all, they had ran into my car while I was on a cruise ship. Here's how I will say God works. I literally like saw the damage. The next day I was getting off of Virgin. As I am on the plane, so I'm literally working on my police report. I'm walking on the plane to sit in my seat, and I get an email saying you want to cruise. So, excuse me. Oh my gosh, I'm just grateful. So yeah, I guess all that to say, sometimes you just never know. You never know. Sometimes in life, when like you're thinking like all these things are going on, and here comes like a little sign that like, ooh, this is like amazing. So, oh my gosh, I got a little emotional, but that was like it was such a blessing because I was just literally like, Lord, how did I buy a car in December and somebody done hit my car? So, but it was so interesting. Like I'm in tears now, but like when it happened, I texted my mom and I was just like, hey mom, just let you know, somebody hit my car. And she was just like, she was freaking out. And I was just like, I'm going to go have a rum punch. And I let it be. I just let it be. And then for the very next day after getting word that like somebody just like hit my car enough that like I have ended up buying another car. But just to get like word that like, yo, you want a 10-day cruise and like a $14,000 10-day cruise out of Istanbul, a place that I have like, it's literally on my list to go to. It's amazing. Amazing. So yeah, I wish I was a cute crier. I'm not. But I'm just like, thank you for that question, Gina's World. That it was just one of those situations that I was just like, wow. Like when you do good in the world and you don't worry about nothing, like it comes back to you. So y'all keep doing good by people, okay? Okay. All right, I'm gonna stop ugly crying, get my life together. All right, who we got here? On the go with Yellow says Delta. She says yes, get the points, and they are partners. Yeah, so I'll get the points for Air France. It's just a matter of I'm trying to figure out where do I go on check-in day. And I think I'll check in on Delta, even though the flight is operated by Air France. But I guess the worst come to worst, they'll just tell me which way to go. Oh Lord, y'all got me red-eyed ugly crying. Thank you 47 people for hanging there. I'm like one of the people who like I love a good like life moment. Like I live for like when just like good stuff comes about. So those tears were literally like happy tears. Because here's the funny part about that car. I didn't want it. Like I bought that car because I was just like, okay. I had my college car for like 20 years. Yeah, I had my college car since 03. And I was like, I'm gonna ride this car till the wheels fall off because I don't want a car note. And literally to like finally get into the market and be like, okay, here's December, like I'm gonna buy something. I literally just bought like, you know, I bought me like just something to get around with. It was, you know, just something. But then I started like, I'm like, I don't think this is not cute. Like I was like, this car is a soccer mom car. I don't And I guess as I will also say is be careful what energy you putting in the world. Because apparently that car must have heard that I really ain't want it. And it was like, I'll show you. But I am grateful because I got something on my 40th birthday that I really like. And I got a free cruise. So I'm just like, you know what? It was meant to happen. And, carry on. But it was really like, it was just one of those moments in life that it was just like, woo, like Lord, you are in the blessing business. So anywho, on the go, Yellow says we wait, Delta operated by Virgin. We went to Delta counter NYC, but went to Virgin Delta at London at Heathrow. Okay, so I can probably, when I leave out of DC, I can probably go to Delta counter, but then coming back, I'll be on, I guess, Air France. So I'll make sure I switch it around. Thank you for that. I could not remember. Child, look at me. My nose is red. Like, listen, I would love to be a cute crier when I grow up. It's just not happening. But that was just, oh Lord, it was a full circle, just an amazing moment, just like how life happens. It was just like, you know what? Here's the police report. And the next day it was like, congratulations. And I thought it was spam. I was like, congratulations for what? So when I opened up the email, I'm thinking like, you know, because you have to be careful in these like YouTube streets. It's like your email, your phone number, a lot of your contact information is out there. So I thought like, it said congratulations. And I was just like, okay, this ain't really something. And then when I scrolled through, because I was like, maybe they're trying to get my, because the amount of the cruise, basically, I had to fill out tax forms. And yes, my business. C&C LLC is an entity, okay? But I had to fill out tax papers for this cruise. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, they are trying to like search for information. But then I saw the people who are on the bottom of the email. And I was like, wait, that's the BDM for Regent Seven Seas. So yeah. And so I sent one more email just to like, before I filled out the paperwork, I was just like, I wanted to confirm, and I looped in like my travel like agency, and it was a legitimate thing. So, yep, I just had to fill out the paperwork, and then they were like, and in my head, you know how like you're like, okay, this is too good to be true. So I was like, okay, you know, are we gonna, you know, are they gonna take it back? And I think I was texting some of my YouTube friends, like, yo, I was like, they're gonna take this cruise back. It ain't gonna happen. You know, that doubt started trying to creep in. And no, they were like, here's your suite number because it's an all suite cruise. Child, I'm like, all suite. So little old me has a suite all to myself. What else? It's all inclusive cruising. So your specialty dinings are included. Your what's the thing called? Your excursions are included. So my channel members, I've told them what excursions I'm doing. Pretty much I'm trying to do like more like sightseeing because I want to be able to show y'all as much as possible. A traveling Black couple says we flew with Play, so we cleared customs in Iceland and then got to skip that in Paris. Good to know. Play Airlines, child, they were like, when I say I feel like I needed a full chiropractor appointment after I got off of Play Airlines, because I flew Play to go to Amsterdam. However, whatever bootleg plane that they sent out of BWI, like once I got to Iceland, the plane that went from Iceland to Amsterdam, beautiful. That like little janky thing that they sent from BWI to Iceland, it was but Iceland was so like, I don't even remember. Oh, because I just cleared. I'm trying to remember how I cleared customs. And it was like so quick. Like we literally landed and had to run. We had like 15 minutes before our flight took off in Iceland. But good to know. Because Iceland is not like a super crazy airport. It's particularly if you go through in the morning. And welcome in 50 people. I'm a snotty mess, but my channel is, I'm Carlene, I'm C&C. I don't go live every Monday, but I go live when there's a trip announcement. And today I announced that I won a 10-day cruise on a luxury cruise line. So I'll be cruising out of Istanbul this weekend. If y'all already aren't tapped into my Instagram, I will try to remember. It'll probably come in waves. I'm also going to homecoming. So yes, thank you, Alicia, for saying happy homecoming. I'm literally doing homecoming in 24 hours. It's going to be shenanigans. But I'll be sure to update my Instagram story as much as possible. Sometimes there will be a delay because of course there's a time difference, but also if I feel like it's too much, you know, I don't want to show, but I don't like posting in a manner that somebody can think for safety reasons. So, but usually like once a day or something like that on IG, I'll just dump all the stuff into a story. And hopefully that'll hold y'all over until I actually make a video. And of course, you want to tap into my channel because I'm going to try to do what MH Family Adventure does and what Rich and Jazz do. I'm gonna try to go live every day. But it's also, I'm worried. Here's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about, because of the clientele on that ship, like to have cameras. So it's going to probably take me a little while to like just see the scene, to like scope out like how people feel about somebody filming. I might have to be a little more discreet. I gotta get a vibe, but y'all are going to get content from this, and y'all are definitely going to get some live. So tap into the live stream. And I also got to figure out the time difference. So, but yeah, you're gonna come with me to Regent Seven Seas. Oh, and it's the ship is called the Regent Seven Seas Voyager. Mamie Harris says, hello, C. Tuning in. How's it going? It's going well, Mamie, despite the red eyes, girl. I had a little moment of joy, child. Oh, I'm just ever grateful. Lurky Lou says, hi, Lurky Lou. That's a new thing. Says, I was stuck in Paris overnight, heading home from a Mediterranean cruise. Oh, wow. Yeah. Luckily, they gave me a heads up. Again, I said, like, I purchased my ticket in April. They gave me a heads up in July that I had a 23-hour layover in Paris. So I decided to be comfortable because I know I could have got a cheaper option if I had like went into the city. But there's literally a Sheraton that is in the Paris airport. So I'm going for that option. So that way I can like land and get some rest. And then of course make my last leg home. Alicia was guessing. Alicia says, is it Egypt? No, it's not Egypt. It's a place I want to get to because I was thinking about the gold souk. So Istanbul is a place I was talking about actually about gold. So Istanbul has a grand bazaar, and one of the streets in the grand bazaar is dedicated to gold. So like I buy like the little costume. Like these aren't 100% gold earrings, but they get the job done. Like I work from home. I rarely like get dressed up or anything like that. But I've been wanting to like have more, like even when I'm wearing sweatpants, more like an earring, a gold situation, like earring, little necklace, a couple those kind of things. So I think my takeaway, I like every trip, I like to get something meaningful from that place. And for this one, I think it's going to be gold from the I was gonna say the gold souk, but gold from the Grand Bazaar. Mamie says, I can't wait to go. She says, India. Gina's World says yellow gold or white gold. So now Gina's World, I was child, I had to educate and still educating myself on how to buy gold. And it's almost like a whole algebra class, child. So I think I want yellow. What's this? Like this? Is this yellow? Yellow gold. Yes, I'm yellow or white. White gold looks like silver. So yes, I want yellow gold. I think I'm more of a gold wearer than silver. Excuse me. But oh, it makes you say 10 nights. But yeah, so that's kind of my takeaway. I'm also eyeing a purse because of Turkey's conversion rate. So Turkey is not in the EU. They have their own, is it called the lira? Something, I need to get it right, but they have they're not on euros. So I'm also thinking I might buy a bag, and this is again stuff that I usually don't do, but like literally I have like, you ever like have a moment where you have to refresh your whole wardrobe? I am in that moment now. Like after COVID, I was just like in sweatpants, all that stuff. And child, I done recently learned like the sizes are different. The styles are different. So I'm currently having like a bit of a refresh. And so I don't do a lot of shopping, but when I shop in bulk. So I need a brown purse and some gold. That's what I'm looking for. Folks saying 10 nights. Folks saying congratulations. We say, what? Yes, girl. 10 whole days. Solo. And this will be my longest cruise. My longest cruise to date, I think, has been 8 or 9 days. And now we are at a 10-day cruise. So, or 10-night cruise. And I get to check off some things on my bucket list. So like Istanbul is just one of those places that have been like, Istanbul and Barcelona. I will tell you, like Croatia was not on my radar. Like I've heard of Croatia related to like Yacht Week, but I've never heard of like Croatia to like to sail into. So, it was literally like, I was like, I was like, Lord, like literally this itinerary was these countries that I had been thinking about in my head, like, again, like y'all met my homegirl Sharice on my vlog. Like, oh, I want to get to Istanbul. Just throwing stuff out there. And so that's why it's like so imperative, like, be careful what you throw out there because that ish might happen. So, try to speak positively about it as much as you can. Because literally I was saying stuff like, I want to go to Istanbul. I want to go to Barcelona. Not realizing that those words were sowing a seed into like a whole 10-night Mediterranean vacation on Regent. Child. Sydney Stevens says 10-night Mediterranean or Regent luxury. That sounds amazing. Yeah, I am looking forward to the food. Like, I want to know what is like a luxury cruise line food situation. Like, I know we get, usually on the cruises, even like a celebrity, I was like, ooh, this food is good. But like, I want to know what a Regent buffet look like. Gina's Rose says very swanky. So some of the things that I learned about Regent too are, and this is why I've been like this big like shopping, and Yolo was like, you got to make a packing video. I know people are probably texting me like, girl, are you okay? I'm fine. I'm fine, y'all. Those are happy tears. Thank you. My happy tears still come with an ugly cry. Just want to let y'all know. Let me turn that off. What was I about to say? Regent has a rule related to, what's the rule? Oh, what you can wear. So in the daytime, it's, they say it's basically like resort wear or whatnot. But in the evening after 6 p.m., you can't be out in sneakers, or they call them trainers. You can't be out in sneakers, and you can't wear jeans. So I learned something about my wardrobe is like, apparently I don't like to buy pants that aren't jeans. So I went the route of I had to buy a couple of dresses, and then I wasn't sure what the weather's going to be like because I'm used to like warm weather cruising. So y'all see me, the people who cruise with me, y'all know I'm up in my swimsuit on the top deck chilling half the day. And then the evening I would throw something on to lounge around in until I'm ready to go to bed. So like this whole, I got to look like elegant evening situation. There are no formal nights though. So they only do like a traditional formal night on cruises 16 days or longer. But in the evening, I can't wear like jeans. So even things like the jacket that I usually bring on ship, I usually bring my jean jacket at night to like keep warm, but like be a little style, but warm. I can't put that on. So, packing, needless to say, A, I'm not finished packing. B, I did a lot of shopping to prepare for this trip because apparently I have no fall wardrobe. And then C, apparently I don't have like, I don't know. I had to update a lot of things. On the go, Yo says, wait, 3, I forgot about Rome. Yvonne Texas, congratulations. Thank you. Cherie says, that's beautiful. I don't blame you. I'll take that if I had the time off. I did a Mediterranean cruise in 2019. I can do another soon. Yeah. And when I say, when I realized it was a legit, like, when I say I told them yes, and I hadn't even reached out to work, like I had not had my paid time off. I didn't do the calculations. I was just like, yes. And so that's why, like, some of you who follow the channel know I had a goal over the last year. Like, I wanted to get on all the Royal Caribbean Oasis class ships. Well, I had to cancel all those cruises. Like Jaretha, the cruise that you're going on in December, I was going to be on that same cruise. But literally, I had like booked, I had Wonder, Utopia, y'all remember? Well, now, I think I canceled Utopia beforehand. Or did that help? I can't remember. But definitely, like, I had Symphony of the Seas. Utopia might have, I can't remember if it was because I got this trip or if it was literally Royal Caribbean had pissed me off about that whole changing the inaugural date, and then it was just expensive for no reason. But I had Symphony of the Seas, Wonder of the Seas, Allure of the Seas. I had all of those booked, and then I was just like, you can't do all of this. And I was just like, I'm going to go with this 10-night situation. So I will be, after this trip, well, I can't even say I'll be stacking leave because I still got other stuff planned for the rest of the year. But yeah, thank you, Sharice. Monet's folks are saying congratulations, enjoy. Yellow saying can't wait for the content. Girl, me neither. So that's another thing. Apparently, like, a YouTube channel is like getting ready to, like, I guess leave your dog at the kennel. like I've been trying to like get my YouTube life together to like be able to make room for this content. So I'm trying to push out videos. But I think at the point now that I gotta focus on packing. But yeah, y'all will be getting the content. If not, there'll be some live streams until I can get around to it. But I think I might prioritize when I get off this ship. I might prioritize pushing this content out before some other cruises. We'll see. We'll see. Bo is saying, congrats. Thank you. That's what it was. Okay. Yes, maybe it was. Yes. So Miss Cindy says, so yeah, what was happening at that travel conference was Royal Caribbean was giving away. They had previously given away a cruise. And I think it might have been on Wonder. So everybody thought that Icon was going to be the cruise that they were going to give away, or Utopia, something like that. And it ended up not being the giveaway. So the haul was crazy. And instead of standing in the Royal Caribbean line, I was just like, hello, Regent. Listen, sometimes just go somewhere that you ain't quote unquote supposed to be, okay? Elevate your life real quick. Just be like, stand in a space and be like, this is mine. And sure enough, you never know. You never know what you might get through some blessings or osmosis. Mamie Harrison says, is Play Airlines a vetted place to book flights to Paris? Yes. Play Airlines. So I don't know if you all remember WOW. It used to be a WOW Airlines, which is a low budget carrier that went from the US and it stopped in Iceland, and then WOW went under. After WOW came Play. So they're reputable. It's a reputable airline, but it's basically the Spirit model of flying. So yeah, they have a fine safety record, everything. It's literally like Spirit, where if you bring a bag, if you bring a suitcase, they're going to charge you for it. There's no food served. You got to pay for your food. The seats, I don't remember if the seat reclined or not. So it's literally the Iceland's version of Spirit Airlines. But they service Europe. So anybody who's going on like Sisterhood at Sea, because I started pricing, I think, flights to Greece. Anybody going on that? The like Play was currently like the cheapest flight to Greece for that cruise. But I just don't want to fool with Play no more. I need seat back, and it doesn't have seat back entertainment. Like for my flights, I need seat back entertainment. I need a meal. What else I need? Seat back, a meal. Yeah, those. I needed my seat to recline. I need checked luggage included. So, but if you are like literally Play was cool I did that for Juneteenth 2023. So a quick weekend, it was fine. It was fine. But they're reputable. It's just they are like the Spirit Airlines of Europe. Traveling Black Couple says, we flew Play to Paris and had an incredible experience. Not so great when we went to Iceland. Oh no. Dang. Yeah, it was literally like the BWI to Iceland leg was trash. The Iceland to Amsterdam leg, they actually was beautiful. Like it was a much more, the seats were fresher leather. They actually had chargers, because I remember on coming back on Play, my phone died. Like that was the first time in a long time that I literally sat on a plane and I still had 3 more hours. Like, have you just sat in a space? When's the last time you just sat in a space for 3 hours with like nothing to entertain you? That was me on Play Airlines. So that's what I was just like, Travel Yes We See says, nice deal, because I'm sure it's totally all inclusive. It is. Like there are excursions. So they have excursions included, but there are also some excursions that there are some excursions that you can pay extra cost for. But in my head, I'm just kind of like, the free ones are good. So the free ones, one is like, I have, I think Rome, because I've already been to Rome, instead of doing like the downtown, because I try to do walking kind of tours for most of them, but Rome, I decided to do like a wine something, a cruise on somebody's lake in wine. But like Istanbul, because I haven't been, I decided to do like the walking tour kind of thing for Istanbul. And in Croatia, it's only like the ship only holds like 700 people. Excuse me. The ship only holds like 730 people. I think it's the capacity. It'll be interesting to see if they're anywhere near capacity. But like in Croatia, the Game of Thrones excursion is sold out. So I want to do that one, but I'm just doing a regular walk-in tour. So like all that to say, most of the free excursions are like truly free, and it's not like everybody running to kind of try to like book them or whatever books up. And then I will say like the steakhouse for some reason is currently booked, but I feel like I have a gut feeling that maybe once I get on board, I can like solidify my steakhouse time, because you get two specialty dining experiences. So I have the French restaurant booked called Chartreuse, and then I'm just waiting for Prime 7, which is their steakhouse. And that's another thing. Like, I've given up on steakhouses on cruise ships because I'm just like, this is a mediocre steak. But I'm interested to see like what the luxury cruise line situation steak is going to be. City says those luxury lines have interiors starting at $8,000 to $10,000. Hard travel does ship and cabin tours, gorgeous ships. Yeah, now I will say, even last night I was watching a ship tour. This ship is old. So this ship is like over 20 some odd years old. It reminds me of is given Enchantment of the Seas with the library. So my expectations are low on the ships unless it did a refurbish, but I looked and I don't think it got refurbished. But it'll be interesting to see. But so far, and I'll also say the travel videos I saw, like, they're not the most up to date. I think I saw like one video was like 4 years ago, one video was 2 years. So I need to see something updated. But like, there was no space on the ship that I saw that like knocked my socks off. Like, Explorer Journeys is like, that's like, ooh, like I love the spaces. This one is kind of like a little older. Even like watching Raquel Celestial Journey content, I was kind of like, ooh, I love that pool deck. This one, I'm kind of like, I appreciate the all-inclusive cruising, but I don't know. But also maybe like the people who did the videos maybe didn't capture a whole lot. But we're going to see them in Sydney. And I'm going to go live on, I think I'm board on Saturday, but I'm not sure. I don't know the time difference when I'll be able to go live, but I'll bring y'all with me. Y'all can be the judge. But the video I watched last night was not giving cute. Folks are speaking. Yeah, child, I had a good old ugly cry, and God is good. He sure is. Because when I say like, I was like, really? Like, how I was just like, all right. I was like, I already was like, I gotta buy this car that's dipping into my cruise fund just to hear, like, after I got it, like 4 months later. It wasn't total, but the way that like they had hit it so bad, like if I had time to figure out how to show y'all a picture, I would pull the pictures up. They had hit my car so bad that he like popped it up on the curb, and State Farm would not total it. It was $8,000. The estimates were like $8,000 worth of damage. Of course, insurance, the deductible. But in my head, I was like, okay, I already bought a used car. And the way they hit it up on the curb, I'm like, y'all ain't gonna like try to tow this because of the frame. And even the body shop was kind of like, yeah, we did. And I've been to this body shop before. They do excellent work. And the way that he was talking to me, I was just like, so I literally got my car out the shop. And in June, I went and I was like, I'm buying me a 40th birthday gift. But it was literally like a moment that it was just so reassuring, because any other, like, I don't know, anybody else would have fallen apart. And it was just like, it was probably my cue to fall apart. But I was just like, no, I'm okay. And then the very next day to like be filing a police report, and while I'm filing a police report, they're like, you get a 10-night cruise. I'm like, what? So yeah, it was just one of those. I became overwhelmed. If y'all just if y'all are just chiming in, I became overwhelmed with emotion. It was really just one of those moments that it was just like, yo. My cruise services don't make me cry. Yes, I'm going to have a relaxing time, but so this is what I'm worried about. I am worried about, like, I have not done, I've watched MH's videos, like, Euro cruising is a marathon. Like, y'all, again, some of y'all have cruised with me. I am usually, after I get my content, or usually I get most of my content I get between sitting in the lounger and going to the buffet. Because that's my vibe on cruise ships. I'm not doing a ton of the activities. I'm literally like in one spot for like 4 or 5 hours. So, but like, oh, there are 2 sea days. So I will say like that might be able to, but like those 2 days in a port, that's going to be interesting. And particularly like, you know, Euro, it's not like being stuck in a Caribbean port. It's like, so will it be scenic? We'll see. I don't know. All of y'all are saying all from me being a big baby. Gina's word with the message. She says, sometimes a breakthrough comes almost at your breaking point. Enjoy, my friend. Yes, thank you. Thank you. And it wasn't like I wasn't even stressed out about the car. It was just literally like something that massive. Like, who gets a car for 4 months and like somebody runs it up on a curb? But yeah, not yellow. Gina, we can have a conversation in person about that one. Because it's like another thing that somebody I was talking to at the time, like, helped me pick that car. Yeah, I think God really just wanted me to like cut all the ties. he was like, bye and bye. Traveling, yep, it always comes back to you. So keep doing good to folks, for sure. Yep, that's why I'm like, I don't say stuff like, oh, when it rains it pours, or oh, it's always something, because when you say that crap happens. So shoot, I'm gonna say $10,000 in my mailbox tomorrow, because you just never know like what energy you're putting out there and how it will come back to you. So yep, and just doing good meaningfully, and not because you're expecting anything, but just doing good just to be a good person. And Lord knows I have done, particularly being an educator, I paid my dues to society. So thank y'all. Sydney Stevens says, will they be covering the flights? No. So I had to cover the flights, Miss Sydney. But if you book through Regent, like if this was a regular cruise through Regent, they have flights included. And I believe transfer, like, so if you book through them, like if this wasn't a comp cruise for me and I actually booked, I believe there's usually like there's a package that they include flights, they'll include transfers, they'll include your overnight stay before coming to port. But because I guess they were like, listen, we got you on the ship. So no, I had to cover my flight to Istanbul. So luckily at the time, it was just a really good time. April, I had like a bunch of points somewhere, or I can't remember if I did like a pay in segments or what, but I just know I was like, when I saw Istanbul, and I was like, literally, I had been saying I want to go to Istanbul. I was just like, we're going to make this happen. But yes, traditionally Regent will do all-inclusive packaging that includes your flights and all that good stuff. Lala B, welcome in. Lala B says, God is good. And I actually, like, I know sometimes people try to steer away from religion, etc. And I know people probably left when I said God, but like somebody said, I read something that said some of the most successful people are believers. And that has resonated with me. So every time I'm going to shout them out. Look, I lost 3 people because I said the G word. But it's okay. The folks who are here are here. Thank y'all. On the Go Yellow says, I have a long list of sites to report. Wait, I have a long list of sites for you to report back for Istanbul. Send them my way. Send them to me. My only plan in Istanbul is I want to do a hammam. Like, I'm overdue for a scrub. I want to get to the Gold Souk. And I think I am going to do travel. Yes, I think I'm going to do some shopping in Istanbul. So I think I want to get to, there's a Turva Center. I might be saying that completely wrong. And forgive me, because somebody in Mexico City blog said I was pronouncing Cucina, and they said it so nicely. Be nice to people. And they were saying, just want to let you know that when you say cocina, like I was saying cochina, and they were saying, you're saying dirty. So I could be saying something wrong. If I'm saying something wrong, please correct me. But there's like a center called like the Turva Center or something like that. It's like one of their big shopping malls. I'm going to try to get there. Now, we're going to see what these are all my high hopes. We're going to see what actually gets done, because I'm not staying anywhere near any of those things. And from where I'm staying like 10 minutes from the cruise port. But where I want to go, everything is like 30 minutes away. And there's no direct, I could have did a better job of like booking, a hotel that was on a direct metro line. But again, I was just kind of like, I want to be close to the cruise port, but I didn't have a true strategy. So the next time I go on a Mediterranean cruise, I will strategize a little better. Travel Yes We See says, is Air France the initial carrier? You usually check in at their desk. If Delta is the initial carrier, you check at their desk. Oh, okay. So yes, because my flight, where do I go first? Yes, I go from DC to Charles de Gaulle, and then Charles de Gaulle 3 hours over to Istanbul. So Air France is it's Delta operated by Air France. However, I only have a Delta flight number. So thank you. Gina's World says, besides airfare, is everything else included, like port? Yes, I have a zero balance. Yeah, and they say they pride themselves on all inclusive cruising. I'm trying to think of the things that I saw that you can pay for are probably like spa stuff. I'll have to pay for. Drinks are included. I'm excited. Drinks are included. So y'all know me. I'm gonna be drinking a whole lot of wine. What else? I'm trying to think what I was about to say. Drinks, Wi-Fi. Now I'm not sure if Wi-Fi is thrown in there or if they threw it in because of the whole travel. That seemed like it's like an extra package. So I'm not sure if Wi-Fi is usually included for somebody, but they, like, in my list of things that they include, not list of things, it's literally like my, what's it called, cruise document, and then they, on that one section, they say Wi-Fi. So that's the only thing they call out. So I'm not sure if the company threw in Wi-Fi for me or what. Traveling Couple says the BWI plane was horrible. Yes, it was given loose leather grossness, and yeah. And nowhere to plug your devices. Like, I'm fine if you want me to bring my own device to entertain myself. I mean, I don't want to entertain myself. I want seatback entertainment. But if you are going to send me 5 hours over the ocean, 5.5 hours over the ocean, I need at least a charging port. Jaretha says, I can't wait for the content. Those extra days are going to be nice. Yes. Alicia says, NSU homecoming is this weekend. Norfolk State, yes. Norfolk State and Hampton homecoming are the same weekend. And when I say all of the hotels are up and stuck, they are up and stuck. Welcome in, Quality Childcare. Mario, thank you for the question, Mario. Mario says, for the Spirit Airlines hack, do you buy a ticket at the counter for a future date? Yes. So thank you for that question. If you all were in the premiere, I did the cruise announcement. But Mario has a question about the video that I released, which was earlier today. I released a video. Actually, I've snuck in a couple of videos. I released a throwback to the Disney Wish on Friday. And that's the whole 3 days in one video. And then today I did day one of Disney. I did a solo trip to Disney at the end of September. And what I did was I purchased that ticket when I was going on MSC Seashore. Yeah. So I purchased that ticket back in August, but I knew I had extra time. I, took the first flight out of DC, excuse me, first flight out of DC to Orlando. And so I had like a couple of extra, I had like an hour or some change before the GoPort shuttle was ready to take me to the ship. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try buying a ticket at at Spirit. So yeah, basically I already had I knew what date I wanted to fly. I knew what times. I will also say you will help the other travelers behind you if you know exactly what day and time you want to fly. The people, it was like only 3 people in line in front of me, but it literally took me 40 minutes to like navigate through that line because people were literally at that counter shopping. And I think, was it Travel Yes We See? Somebody said they do it on purpose because they don't want everybody to they don't want like 4 agents and everybody. They want to make it hard for you to basically do the hack. But yes, you're able to, as long as I'm not sure how far in advance Spirit has their cruises out. I'm not cruises, Lord, all the words are getting together. As long as you can see the flight on their app, you can book it at the desk. And it saves you pretty much the service fee. So that flight was supposed to be $120, but I bought it at the desk for $77. And I think that was worth it. And then what I did was I ended up upgrading for $24 to like the exit row. And I ended up with the exit row all to myself. So what is that? 77 plus 24 to $101. Am I doing that math right? Yeah. $101 for a middle row with nobody next to me. I'll take it. Hi, Jada. It's so many good new names in here. Welcome in, welcome in. And I'm sorry, all the new people. That was literally the first time I've ever been emotional like that on my channel. Maybe second, but I don't think I ever like boohoo cried. I might have got a little misty and caught myself. But I'm sorry. I'm usually not I don't try to get the emotional points over here. But I had a whole grateful moment in my house talking to y'all. Ken Hill says, I almost booked an 11-night cruise to Trinidad. It was going to the ABC Islands too. Cool, Ken. Yeah, those, when you get to go further down south, you get to get those longer, better itineraries. But you're going to be on a smaller ship, sometimes older ship. But we are all looking for the cruise lines to hurry up and fix that and give us like smaller, sexy ships, small, sexy new ships, so that we can like get down to some of those like not frequently sailed ports. On the Go with Yellow says, Dovernich is giving Cinque Terre vibes. Child, you gonna have to explain what that is, Yellow. I am cultured, but not that cultured. Travel Yes We See says, Istanbul, I would certainly want to see the Grand Mosque. Okay, yeah, I know. In the walking tour, I think I have the name of the tour is Istanbul Landmarks, and it'll take me to the Hagia Sophia. Could be butchering that, but Desiree says, I'm looking at Turkish Airlines for SAS. Cool. I think, who did I see? Because I'm going somewhere else in this summer. I think it's literally an airline called SAS. And I think right now they have a route that I'm interested in for Sisterhood at Sea. We'll see. I booked them for something else because they had like a better, a very direct route. But that'll be cool though. You get to stop in Turkey and then you might be able to tag on Greece too. Get you a little twofer. On the Go with Yolo says, yes, you got the Blue Mosque, the Hagia Sophia, the Grand Bazaar, and so many, many more. I'll be living vicariously until my turn. Oh, I'll try to show y'all as much as possible or upload it on my free internet. On the Go with Yellow, yes. The videos, I'm not saying, but the videos I've been seeing, the thing looks like Enchantment of the Seas with probably a better atrium, but it's only 700. It's all suites. I don't know. Maybe it looks better in person. There we go. Glass half full. Maybe it looks better in person. But like watching the videos, literally I was like, I like the library. So hopefully it looks better in person than the videos that I could find. But sometimes the algorithm only shows you the best videos or maybe there's not a lot of content for it. But I just was not impressed. Sorry. Okay. A black traveling couple says, oh, but that sweet life may be worth it. Now that's why I'm like, as long as give me a balcony, I can sit and read, like, and as long as that's fine. Like, it looks, the sweet life looks definitely, or basically, like, I have like and there's like bigger suites that you can get, but I have like a deluxe veranda is what it's called. So I got a couch and I got a balcony and I got a bed. So I'm like, give me a book and a champagne. Heaven, child. I will be in heaven. But I hope it looks better than, but I also try to Google to see if it maybe had like a refurbishment, and it doesn't look like it did. I think it came out in like 2003 was when the ship was delivered to the company. So Gina's World says, words have meanings. Listen, words mean things. Speak life always. For sure, for sure. I try. And I'm not going to say like I don't get down. I don't, have my little negative moments. But I just literally sometimes see, I'm like, that is particularly that thing that if it ain't one thing, it's another. Because I done seen too many people have a lot of another child. And I'm like, no. A traveling black couple says, I didn't know you were an educator. Big props. It gets harder on the daily. Yeah, trained as a speech pathologist, and I worked in a school for children with moderate or profound disabilities for 6 years, and then did 3 more years doing special education evaluation. So let's just say I know how to take a punch. Because Lord knows my second day on the job, I got suckered right through here. Ended up being one of my favorite students too. What folks are saying? Oh, hey Melina, welcome in. I learned I get to sail with Melina soon too. On a go, a yellow says, "Are you going a few days ahead?" So I will be in Istanbul literally one day, and really kind of like I don't say a half a day, but I land in Istanbul 4:30. I wasn't pressed to get like there 2 days earlier, like I might do like 2 days from when I go to Greece next year. But because the ship will be in port, and I'm guessing it's gonna be tethered for 2 days, I don't know if they're gonna like pull back and then we're just floating through Istanbul. I don't know how that works, but we're in port in Istanbul for 2 days. So in my head, I was like, it's kind of hard to miss a ship that's gonna be in port for 2 days. So I decided to fly in a day before. So I get to Istanbul around 4:30, and I think my boarding time will be 12 p.m. Whatever time that is in the Midwest. The Mediterranean, Istanbul. I gotta look at the time conversion. Is it 6 hours? I don't know. And is it before or behind? In my cruising area says, "Where are you going, see?" Okay, thank you. We're coming to the end of the chat. Good old Viola Davis, Snatty Crack. Girl, let me answer this one. I am going on a 10-night Mediterranean cruise on Regent Seven Seas out of Istanbul. And the ports are Istanbul for 2 days, a couple of sea days, Dubrovnik, Croatia for 2 days, Rome, and then Barcelona for 2 days. So I have not been, the only place in that list I have been is Rome. And then you all might get a little bonus content because I'll have 23 hours in Paris on my way back home. But that's going to be really all about how I feel because I've been to Paris before. So excited. We're going to Europe and we're going in the fall, so it won't be too hot. Travel SEC was a Viola Davis trial. I envy the people who can cry cute. I want to be able to cry cute. I want to be able to people who can cry and still hold a whole conversation. When I cry, baby, I'm like hiccuping, I'm snotting, I'm turning red. My nose is like it's gonna be ugly. Good old nasty grateful cry. Judas Rose says, historically speaking, older ships have larger staterooms, so enjoy that space. I might bust out a famed cartwheel. G's in the building. Welcome in, G Fox. And on the go, y'all says it's a 7-hour time difference. 7 hours ahead or behind DC. So yeah, thank y'all. It's Carlene. This is my channel, See With C. I don't go live every Monday, but when I go live, well, first off, there is content every Monday. So usually every Monday at 8 p.m., there is either a premiere of a video or I go live. But whenever there's a Monday meetup, there's a trip announcement. And today I announced I won a 10-day cruise on Regent Seven Seas for free. So thank y'all all who came into the chat. Thank y'all for your encouraging words. Pardon my the emotion, but I'm just really, really excited. And what else? The next meetup, the next trip announcement. Where's my calendar? Who moved my calendar? Oh, it fell when I was talking. Oh. And look, mind you, I'm talking about who moved my calendar, and I literally live in here. But here it goes. When you organize your life and then you misplace stuff, have you ever organized and then was like you hid it from yourself? Because the calendar usually sits here. Put it over there. Anyway, the next meetup is going to be the next trip announcement is Monday, November 18th. So we will be going live again Monday, November 18th for another trip announcement. However, in the meantime, I'll be finishing up. Well, one, I'll be traveling. So follow me on Instagram. All that information will be coming. I'll be sharing my stories live with you all. I will also on Instagram. So follow me there at COC_. You also can, I'll be trying to do as many lives as possible while I'm on the ship. I got to figure out how that works with the time difference. It might be morning coffee. I don't know. Um, I'm probably going to push out a couple of movie videos. I don't know if I'll be able to get new content, like finish up the Disney series. But if you haven't watched it already, I released a Disney traveling solo in Disney, Animal Kingdom, and one more place, not Planet Hollywood Studios video today. I released a Disney Wish video today. So, and then I have a whole playlist where you can watch my channel from the beginning. So hopefully that will keep people busy until I can get back and start cranking out new content. All right, let's close out. What we got? Oh, enjoy. That's cool. Thank you, Nicole Charnel. Good to see you in here. Hope all is well with your fitness journey too, girl. Other Go Yo says, enjoy your cruise, Carly, and safe travels. Thank you. Pray for smooth skies. You know, I'm not a good person for turbulence. Cindy says, thanks and congrats again. Folks are speaking of in Sydney, and Mamie says, great live. See you soon. And On the Go at Yellow says, so thanks. So thank y'all, and see what to see. Thanks for chatting with me. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Good night.